do 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 do. Alright, wait for the little fucking. See, I swear. Did you get the little notification? Yeah,
Yep.
there it is. There it is. Alright. Alright, so basically, we're just going to reiterate what we were saying. Or what
Yeah,
you were
that's
saying,
fine.
basically. So, yeah. Hopefully, if you tell us a little bit about yourself, we can actually
Mhm.
hear it this time.
Yeah.
So, yeah, let's start again. So, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So, 19.
Yeah.
Um, Born and raised in Essex. Been DJing for 6 years. Been producing for 2. Um, Actually, I'm 20 next week. Woo.
Are ya? What day?
Yeah, 20th. Mm.
That's
So
not next week. That's like 2 weeks.
every weekend's a party for me. So it's like,
Every
woo.
weekday's a birthday.
So yeah, been DJing for 6 years, producing for 2 years. Um, so yeah,
Mate,
yeah,
that's
produce
nuts.
produce all genres. Produce all that.
Nice, nice. Do you know what? I actually thought you'd been producing a lot longer. Like,
See, the DJing helps with that, obviously, with the um production side of things, because with DJing, I've already got an insight of music
mm,
and everything to do with that.
yeah,
So
no,
yeah,
like, no. You said to you like I've literally only been doing well. I've been doing production seriously for about 2 years, cause or probably just coming up to about 3 years now, cause I went to uni in 2019, so that's when I properly started.
yeah,
And yeah, but before then I'd kind of been like on and off with it all. So I was like, oh, I don't know if I want to take, I don't know if I take this seriously. Blah
it's a
blah
hard
blah.
thing to get into. It's everyone's doing it now.
It's not necessarily like, well, yeah, there is, it is hard to get into, because now since COVID, everyone's now doing it,
Jumped
and
on it.
yeah, everyone's being a DJ in their
It is, it
kitchen.
is, it is very, even just producing is very mentally hard,
Mm-hmm.
especially to be going at the rate a lot of these producers do. They're like literally grinding what 6, 7 hours a day, even more.
Yeah, man, I'm lucky if I even get a beat a day sometimes.
Exactly.
Lucky I get a beat
So
a week at the moment. It's terrible, mate. It's
bit of a
terrible.
bit of a block, yeah.
A
Bit of a
bit,
block.
Jesus, mate. I tell you, fucking hell. It's like a massive hurricane in my head at the moment. Just ideas everywhere. And what doesn't help is sample packs, man. I felt like I'm in the trap of sample packs because I just can't.
Yeah,
I can't make organically at the moment. So I'm proper in the sample packs.
that's the same with me. I'm just using Splice.
It doesn't ever. Well, I don't because I'm too. I say I'm too tight to buy it, but I spend money everywhere else. So really, I should buy it, but I
Mm.
don't. I'm one of those people that, yeah, I don't use Splice. I just fucking shop around. But
Yeah,
foolish, foolish.
no, of course.
But yeah, and it's weird because my birthday, as I told you, is literally like 2 days before yours.
Yeah.
How fucking nuts that, mate. But yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Anyway,
Yeah.
anyway, so how did you get into music, and what made you want to be a producer and a DJ? So we'll start with the DJ
So,
bit first.
yeah. So, I think, yeah, I said it was my mate's 14th. Um, they had all the equipment around, like decks and everything there. Um, and I wanted to learn how to do it, and I just figured that was the best timing for me to do it because everyone was there. So they literally just started teaching me uh, how to DJ, and then yeah, from there I've literally just been wanting to do it, and that's kind of how I got into production because I was just so interested in how the music was made,
Mm.
in sense of what goes into a track, like behind the scenes and everything. And yes, even with DJing, um, but even some of my tracks I can use in sets as well,
Mhm.
and that it is a good feeling when you get good feedback when you're DJing your own tracks and like
Mate, I can imagine. Imagine when you made something that's proper going off, or like you feel, yeah, okay, this is sick, and then you go and play it live, and everyone's like, yeah, this is sick. Yeah, I can
well
imagine this.
last night we was having all like a little gathering at my mates and I played Two of Us, like the track that I sent to you.
Oh yeah,
It did sick. It did sick.
yeah.
And yeah, I do love playing my own tracks,
Oh man, that's
especially now I'm getting into knowing how to mix properly, knowing
mm.
like compression, everything, being able to make it sound good. It's getting better. It's getting better.
Well, the more you practice, man, the better it gets. And
Exactly.
just make sure you can always find the time to do it. But I mean, like I
Yeah.
say, like I haven't been able to do it for a while, so I know I'm gonna be rusty as fuck when I get to it. But
Mm.
once you have the idea, like once you kind of know, like, oh yeah, this is this and this is that,
Yeah. See, that's
then
what I'm like with this. 'Cause obviously, I've just bought a new MacBook.
mm.
I have no idea how to use it.
Mate,
But I've only got it because everyone else in the studio they have one. So I just figured if I get one, it'd just be easier to transfer files, like AirDrop stuff and everything, instead of just going through emails. 10 times easier.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I only got mine because I use it for Logic, and
Yeah.
my when I got into music, my friend he's always used Logic, and he was just like, oh, like why don't you start producing? I was like, oh fucking hell, I don't know. So when I got myself a Mac Mini, from there I got Logic, and then when at uni
Yeah.
they had Logic, so I was just like, oh, fuck it, I'll just use that. I mean, I've got
Yeah.
Machine and I've got FL, but I don't really use them. I was just like, yeah,
See,
fuck it.
I think it is GarageBand.
Oh yeah.
That comes with the MacBook, and I'm just looking at it like, no, I'm never gonna use you ever. No.
So, mate, GarageBand is like a really, really basic Logic, basically. And
Just
then
simple.
and then basically you go and buy Logic. And then the funny thing is, when you buy Logic, it actually looks like GarageBand when you first open it up.
But it's just more complex.
Yeah, but then
Much more.
you have to go into like the settings, and then there's like a little menu in the settings that basically you press it, and then you have to press all the little icons down the side, and that's when all the more confusing stuff comes up. So it's like they kind of just mug you off. So you open it up, and it's fucking GarageBand. And it's not until someone says no, you have to go into the settings and open it. Oh, dickhead! Like, what a dickhead! But no, it is pretty good though. Logic, I do enjoy it. But again,
Yes, yeah, I've been asked why I won't use it, and I get asked a lot of what I find the best door, and I've always said I'm never gonna say FL's the best or like Logic's the best or whatever because I learned on FLs, so
mm,
I
yeah,
find it easier to use FL. You might learn on another one and find it easier on there.
yeah, definitely. We're trying to convince you to get it, because I know that you work. I know that you work on FL. When you've
Yeah.
sent videos and pictures, and you've got FL there in the background. So, yeah. I mean, I did try it years and years and years ago, and I was like, oh, because it was free. I was like, oh, I don't
Mm.
know. And then I went,
But it's
yeah,
still free. But obviously with the you need
yeah,
you've
it's
got
still
all,
free, but
like
you can't
fruit
export
edition.
anything.
You can, but it's just you're just stuck with what you've done. You don't get any stems or anything whatsoever.
Oh, fuck
So
that.
yeah,
Oh, fuck that. But yeah, I know that you use that, and it's all depends on what some people like. I mean,
exactly.
I know people that like GarageBand, like people that are fucking genius with GarageBand. So
Yeah, exactly. So
you never know, mate. You never know where it's gonna start.
never,
Actually, I think that was one of
never.
the questions like for later on as well. So you basically just fucking answered that. I was gone
Really?
right out the window. All right. So you've answered that one as well. I was gonna say how long have you been producing and DJing, but you answered that in the beginning, so we don't have to worry about that now. Lovely. All right. So I know you said earlier that you produce all genres, but what would you say if you had to pick one? What would be your main one?
House,
Oh, fucking hell, you come
hundred
out with that
percent,
pretty quick.
100%,
100%
hundred
house.
percent.
All right, I was expecting a little bit of a I don't know, but no, mate, you came straight
Nah,
out with that.
straight with house. I've been learning a lot with that genre. So,
Yeah.
and especially with DJing, I DJ a lot of house. So I've got a lot of insight on that genre,
Mm.
what people like, what people don't like. So
Nice, mate.
yeah.
Nice. All right then. Uh, all right. So, bit of a weird one, but if you could collaborate with anyone, who would it be and why?
Mm. Mm. Oh no.
Star, thank God, stumped him. That'll buy me some time.
Hey. Uh.
Yeah, it can be like it doesn't have to be one person. It can be a few people if you want it to. Like
No, but you know
dead
what?
or alive, you're all right.
There's these it's a little group. It's called Delirium.
Can't say I've heard of them.
They're like really into the big room house, like
Mm.
just really big room house basically. And it's I was watching a film and one of the songs come up in the film, and I found it so like it was so sick. But it's just the vibe of a lot of their tracks that just really put you in a mood basically, or even MK,
Mm.
one who remixed My Head Is a Jungle.
Again, no idea, mate.
Uh,
No idea.
so yeah, it's mainly like summer house producers
Yeah.
because it
Well,
probably gives you the
you're a
best
house
feeling.
man, innit?
Yeah,
You're a house man, so you may as well stick with where you know. All right.
exactly.
So if they're who you want to collaborate with, then who would you? Do you have anyone that you're kind of inspired by, like within music?
Uh, a lot of it comes from underground DJs,
Yeah.
like underground tech house, and all of that. So I would say like Michael Bibby, uh, Sonny Fedora, and who else? No, that's literally probably it. It's just them two, which do help with a lot of things. 'Cause,
Oh, that's all right,
yeah,
mate. That's all right. You haven't got to have loads of fucking people.
no,
Like one or two is all good. One or two is all
exactly.
good. All right then. So moving on to more of a production-based one. Um, so when you approach a track, like so, say for example, if you were gonna go and make a track now, like how would you, how would you kind of go about approaching it? Do you come up with ideas first, or do you just kind of see what happens?
No, I actually I fill my piano roll literally from maybe like a whole. I just put 12 notes in, fill them all, and I'll take maybe what eight of them out just randomly,
Hmm.
and sometimes I get different melodies from that. And if it doesn't work, I'll move it up an octave or move it down, move some notes around until I find that like the one chord,
Hmm.
and then from there another chord, and then another chord, and then like in my head it just gets the cogs going.
All right. So do you so with that, do you just place it in and hope you get lucky, or are you going off like a music theory background?
Um, I've actually not, I've not been, I've not learnt music theory whatsoever. So realistically, yeah, realistically, it's you could say it's luck, but
well, luck. Some people
if
call
I
it
if
playing
I'm
by
move
ear. There's
exactly. So if I'm moving notes around, it's not so much luck. It's more of how you're feeling in the moment of producing the track.
mm,
Because if you're in a really good mood, you could go off and make like a piano house track. But if you're in like a really like upbeat mood, you could go and make like tech house or something.
mm,
And then if you're really feeling nostalgic, maybe like a really organ house track.
nice, nice. So do you? So going on the music theory one, do you reckon you'll learn it one day, or you just
Yeah,
going by it?
I reckon it would help with a lot of things, especially with production, because
Mm,
a lot of people they whether they say, "Oh, I don't want to do it," it would help in the long run being able to
mm.
sit in a studio with someone who knows music theory and they're talking and you're like, what the fuck are you on about?
Yep, yep.
So doing that would help, but I think the next step for me would be engineering, like vocals,
Mm,
mixing, mastering, and everything like that. So that's probably the next step with a lot of things
mm.
because well that could take you to another level, put you in a different category of being able to help.
Yep, definitely, definitely. The more you know, the better. The more you know,
Mm,
the better. Basically, um,
exactly.
it's like when I was at uni, my teachers used to say to me, basically learn the rules so you know where to break them,
Mm,
and then like with music theory, like you'll understand like scales, like major, minor. Whether you go and learn everything else is up to you. I mean, all right,
yeah.
you can learn it, but whether you want to remember it, that's a different thing. I mainly just kind of roughly remembered the scales.
Mm,
Well, the ones I liked anyway. I just fucked the other ones off. I was like, no, I like that one. That one will do. But as long as you get the idea of it, and then when you go and talk to people, and then they're like, oh yeah, like this is in like D minor or something. Oh yeah, 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 and then like you'll figure it out sort of thing. Whereas it'd
yeah.
be like
Even
the fuck is
even
D
with
minor?
exactly. So even with like playing like a guitar or something, that
Mhm.
helps with everything. Playing an instrument, doing whatever, that helps with being able to learn your chords and being able to actually write off by heart, like just
Yeah, definitely.
freestyle it.
Yeah, knowing what scale, like what keys are in which scale,
Exactly.
and keep him within it. Although I say keep him within it, sometimes, as you said earlier, depending on what mood you're in, you might hit the wrong one. But for some, like you might hit the wrong key in that scale, but it just gives it that extra, like, yeah, all right, this is it, sort of thing. So, you know the rule, but you break it anyway.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, this like, and it's definitely good to learn all you can, because as you said,
Yeah.
the more you know, the more you can help.
Exactly.
So, yeah, it's definitely something to look into. But I would like you ain't don't worry about it too much now, unless it's what you want to do. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
But it's always
I'm
there,
doing. I'm
even
doing
if you just
fine
go pick
without
up a
it.
book. Hey,
Exactly.
definitely. I know that, mate. I know that.
Exactly.
All right, all right. So when you get your piano roll done, and you've got your thing, where do you move on from that? Are you a bass man, or a drums man?
Obviously, figure out the main chords. Add on like tops and that, like couple octaves up in a different with a different instrument, and then
Mm-hmm.
I go back um, and then start EQing, doing whatever with that, and then once I got that, drums go on just slowly, perks, hats, everything. The last things that I end up doing is the bass and the kick because either way, them they are the two things that
Mm.
are going to be hitting the hardest through the whole track. And then um, probably to top it off would be uh, probably just like ambience for the background to be able to help with filling in the gaps, like the silent gaps in the background. So it goes through all that, and then obviously at the end, um, go back with everything, put everything in their right place, go through EQs, compression, reverbs, everything. And then it literally could take me about 4 different tries of being able to do everything properly until I'm actually liking what I'm hearing. So.
Yep. I get that.
Yep.
that. All right. So, even though you've so this probably won't really this probably don't even really matter now. But do you feel that you found your sound, or that you're still trying to find it? Because I know that could go either way.
In a sense, because everyone wants to do something that's unique. They want to make a new sound and basically be a trendsetter for a new sound.
Yeah.
So, I think I'm slowly figuring it out. Because obviously some of the tracks that you've heard, I've put possibly like 3 different types of sounds into one track. Like my I think it was flamenco with the trumpet. I know the saxophone. That literally had like techno stabs in it. That had obviously tech house, and then it had like new disco, which was like all the saxophone in there.
Yeah, that was the salsa one, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, just possibly just slowly trying to figure out what I want to do, but in the meantime, I'm doing what I can.
Yeah, because as you say, you've been DJing for 5-6 years, so you've probably got your sound down in the kind of like things that you play.
Yeah, so there's like a lot of genres. I've got, what is it, like garage, trance, techno, house, tech house, new disco house, and all genres of drum and bass.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've got a lot of inspiration around me when it comes to like from the DJing side of things.
Nice.
So, yeah.
So when you are you more of a actually you're probably more of a happy man, because I know you DJ in clubs, but with like sound wise, are you a happy man or a sad man? I know that probably don't make sense. So like with me, all right, I don't DJ, but I have very dark style. It's very rare you'll hear anything happy from me unless I fucked up. Like that's basically the only time you'll hear something happy from me is if I fucked up, because I like the dark, dirty undertones. Like anything dark and sinister. That's what I'm going for.
Well, it's mainly anything that. It's just anything that really puts me in a good mood.
Yeah, me, I'm just looking to fucking cry. That's where I'm going. I'm like, fuck it, if it makes me cry, bang that on.
No, so yeah, anything that just puts me in a good mood. And like I've made a couple tracks, like even like trap, like storytelling beats and everything. A lot, like, well, not a lot of it, but some of them give me goosebumps even just listening to them. So like putting me in that state of mind where I'm able to actually really feel good about a track, it helps. But no, I do tend to try and go for the uplifting type of things. So
yeah. Although then again, you get the more uplifting things, you get a better chance at clubs. So,
exactly.
Yeah.
More
Whereas
commercial.
no one wants to go to the club and cry, do they? Well, unless you've been drinking way too much, then you might go to the club and cry. But that's a whole different story.
On someone's shoulder.
Yeah, or just there in the VIP, crying into your empty glass. Something. But that's up to you.
Paid for the VIP on your own.
Yeah, he's just there like, come in. Come here, it's fucking lonely in here. But yeah, I like I'm more of a dark, like the dark sort of sounding ones, and so like, well, and then my friend as well. I think, to be honest, he's probably more of the influence for the dark sounds.
Yeah.
Because that's what he's fucking good at, and yeah, so them songs that I've sent you, I got the darkness down for it, and I was like, yeah, this is all right, and then took it to him, and he was like, yeah, we're just gonna make it like nightmare fuel. So I was like, all right. So yeah, that's why I was a bit like, oh, I wonder, like, even I was sat there, I was like, I wonder how he's gonna remix it, and then yeah, so I was like, oh, like, yeah, this is it's gonna be different. And then when I heard it Friday, I was like, yeah, all right, I like this. So yeah, looking forward to what you're gonna do with the others as well. To be honest, they could be good. They could be good because like I'm liking the one, like the first one, and then I'm like well, the first one with my friend, and then your remix. So I think like with those, mate, it'll be sick.
The other
They'll
one,
be sick.
the other one that I've not remixed yet. I'm possibly gonna try and get that turned into like a little, like a tech house,
Yeah.
or even like a little bit of like a techno something. Like, and then with the bass and that, just like chopping it up, panning it and everything, just make it sound. I might even try and make it sound really dark, just like dark techno, with like rumbling and everything.
Nice.
Just put that in there.
But yeah, no rush though, mate. No rush.
Nah.
Right, just
Well, I mean, I did the Leaving Me Behind in what, 2 days, and I was stuck on it for what, a month.
Nah, you no way you had it for a month.
I must have been.
Nah.
I swear it was like that, wasn't it?
Nah, you didn't have that a month. I haven't even had it a month.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I must have just had a major beat block then.
Nah, you didn't have, you must have had it for like
A week, 2?
a week.
Really?
I think you had it for like a week.
Oh God.
Yep.
Uh,
Yeah, because I remember you started it because you called me, and then your laptop sort of went down, and you were like,
yeah, I touched it and it just turned off, and I was like, I don't even know what.
and then basically like about a week later, you're like, yeah, here you go. So yeah, you literally had it a week, because even I've not had it a month. Even I've not had it a month.
It must have just been a major beat block then.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, probably that.
All right, so this might be a tough one for you. So, do you have a favorite project that you've worked on?
Yeah, I do. I've not released it yet. I think it's called Be Alright. I think I've sent it to you, and it's
Possibly.
very like commercial.
Yeah.
But no, I think that one. I think I might have to. I'm gonna go and edit it a little bit. But that's just about it. But that's a song I could literally listen to on repeat.
Yeah.
So yeah, it would probably be that, or My Lovin', which I produced when I was Slick,
Yeah.
which was however long ago. But no, yeah, it is between them two, 100%, 100%, or even What Is Love. I think possibly that one as well. But
yeah,
got a couple tracks that I would, just happily listen to over and over again.
yeah. To be honest, mate, hands down, mine is probably What Is Love.
Yeah.
Like, just goddamn, man. Like, it's haunting. It's haunting. Like, you got that vocal, and you just fucking ran with it, mate. Honestly, like, I love that track. And the quicker you get that shit up on Spotify, the fucking better.
Yeah. Oh, I can actually put that one up because I tried putting two of us up on there, and then Distro Kid was like, "No, fuck you, sorry, mate." And then I tried putting my In the Deep remix. He was like, "No, fuck you." I was like, oh, okay. So possibly I could get that out, get all that sorted. But with with the people around me, I'm gonna wait until I can actually get like an official release to get that sorted. So that's why I'm holding back with a lot of things.
Hey,
I want
mate,
them
I
to be
don't
official
blame
releases.
you. If you can get, get the official stuff, get the big wigs
All
and
the
that behind
rights
you.
and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, mate. If you get it done right.
Can't be too hungry with releasing tracks that you want to actually go far.
Yeah, it's not like you can spend a while spend a while holding back, building the mysteriousness of it all.
Exactly.
And
promotions.
Yeah, and then like you say, when you get the people behind you, you get like everything in place. Whether you go to a label or I can't remember them now, but they're companies that are like labels, but they're not labels. So like they offer the same. So basically, you can go to them. So like with a label, they'll go like, okay, we'll give you this much, and this is what basically is going to happen.
Yeah.
And then they'll put a plan on how much money they want to give you, but then they want to then like in turn, that's when they'll like when they know the record's doing all right, that's when they start recouping their money.
Yeah.
But with these other companies, basically you go to them and say, I've got X amount, this is, and then basically you sit there and you talk with them like, this is what I want, this is kind of where I want to go with it, and then they'll come up with the plan from there, and then everything you like, whatever the track earns from there is yours, because you went in with that budget and you were like, right, I've got, I don't know, let's say $1,000. I've got $1,000. I want to push this, blah blah blah, and then they've just made that $1,000. You're making whatever comes in off the back of that, and then once all that's done, then all you got to do is just keep basically just sharing it in your stories like every week basically, and
yourself.
Yeah, and what's the other ones like on reels and stuff where you can put the music in the background, just have your music up there. Like I see quite a lot of people do it. They'll put up a reel, or they'll put up a video, and it's got their track in the background. Like I've done it occasionally, but I'm not quite on it like that yet. But yeah, and so you're still just making off the back of what they helped you out of.
Yeah.
So yeah, you do all that stuff, mate. That'll be nice. And then you never know. Hopefully, all goes well. That might be the one track that takes you from where you are now to fucking Tomorrowland. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
You honest, like that's one thing no one ever knows what it's gonna be or when it's gonna be. So
no, of course, but just gotta hope and pray.
Exactly, mate. Exactly. All right. So this is kind of like the last question, because like I said, you're a hard man to find stuff on. Like, and trust me, I've been looking. I was like, right, what's his artist name? I was like, has he given away his government name? Like, mate, I've been everywhere, but no, you're a tough man to find. I salute that. The mystery of it all. All right, you literally went rogue. Oh, that was terrible, but I had to get it in there. No, I know, mate. I know. You can leave.
Honest, that's probably going to be like an album name as well.
What? Gone rogue.
Going rogue, yeah.
Hey, why not? Doing your own thing, mate. Doing your own thing.
Exactly.
Going against the system. Going rogue. Yeah, I like that. All right, so what advice do you have to anyone that might be wanting to get into DJing on production?
don't be scared to learn and ask questions, because not everyone jumps in balls deep and ends up a professional.
Mm-hmm.
Some just think a lot of these huge artists that are out here, they've worked years just to even get like fucking couple thousand views and that. But if you carry that on, it builds up, it builds up, it builds up. And if you surround yourself with the people that help you with that and are, well, possibly at that level of being able to promote you to do like bigger things, then that helps. Just don't be scared to learn, ask questions, take risks, basically.
Mm.
And yeah, if you've got ideas, you've just literally got to do them. If you've got ideas, they're there. Like, obviously, even when I first started coming into the streams and putting music in, I had a laptop with like a cracked screen. I was producing on one speaker,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, the laptop was a piece of shit, but
Hey, it
still
may
made
it
it
may have
work.
been a piece of shit, mate, but you smashed the fuck out of. Well, you didn't literally smash fuck out, but you know you
I
did.
actually did, to be honest. That's probably how it broke. I was, yeah, I was making a track, and honestly, I must have spent like 4 or 5 hours on this track, and I put another synth in, and it just crashed. And I hadn't bought the whole FL, so it didn't save.
Oh,
So I was like, all right, no, 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 no. I was like, chill out, chill out, chill out, chill out. I was telling myself for like 10, 20 seconds, and I just punched it. I was like, ah.
mate, to be honest, if that happened to me, I'd have lost my shit as well. So no, I don't blame you on that one. But
Yeah,
no, like you saying you basically did all your mixing in mono. Like
yeah,
that's probably why it slaps so fucking hard. Because you get shit sounding good in mono, you ain't got to worry about that shit in stereo.
yeah.
Because
See,
it's fucking it's
like,
mint.
I literally haven't. I think, well, in the past year, I've paid for Splice and Serum, and that's it.
Mm.
Everything else I make. So I could literally produce with the bare minimum, and that's what you've got to learn on, being able to produce with the minimum. Because if you go straight to having all these plugins and everything, you're never gonna you're never gonna learn how to do it
Mm-hmm.
properly and learn your sound and being able to actually engineer sound and get to wherever you want to get.
Yep.
So
Yeah. Yeah. Because
bare minimum.
yeah. Yeah. That's where I fucked up. That's where I fucked up. Like
Just jumping in.
yeah, man. I just fucking went and got everything. Went and got
See, like,
everything. Like
just get
basically,
overwhelmed with it.
oh, overwhelmed, mate. I'm like, it's a bad confession, but I've got a synth that my friend recommended to get. Yeah, it cost me $1,000. Like it cost me $1,000. It's just a massive paperweight, basically. It's just sat on my shelf. I got I don't know if you've heard of them, an Access Virus Ti. They're fucking naughty. It scares the shit out of me. But
What is it hardware?
yeah, mate, it's literally just sat on the shelf
Ugh.
underneath or just on top of my PlayStation, basically. And
See, that's what I can't wait for. Obviously,
it's
with this studio, they're funding me for this. They're
what?
funding me. Yeah, that they was one who bought the laptop for me.
Bruh. Mate, you
So
landed on your fucking feet. You
yeah,
did.
and
Fucking hell.
tomorrow we're going in, and we've just got to write down things that we need for the studio. So the guy's a millionaire, so I am gonna kind of take the piss.
Yeah, fucking hell.
Just
Tell him you
start
got a poor friend.
exactly. Just be like, my mate needs a house, to be honest, as well.
I don't need a house.
But
I just need I just need somewhere to set up shop. But no, anyway. But no,
no,
mate, that's
get
pretty
that
fucking
sorted.
cool.
Get everything that I need sorted. New speakers, synths, and even I possibly might go as far as to asking for new DJ equipment, because they've got promoters there. So I've said to them, I was like, okay, I'm your only producer in the studio. I DJ as well. You've got promoters; they can sort out events for me.
Wait, so you're at a studio that only has you as a producer?
It's literally getting rebuilt right now.
I was gonna say, how does that work? Like, how do you have a
Yeah.
studio and not like, and basically no producers? That's nuts.
Yeah, that's because I'm gonna be on a monthly wage, and I am gonna be like, well, I'm your only producer, so I'm gonna ask for around like 1,500 to 1,800, because if they're really invested in this, so I'm gonna say if you really
Sounds
do
it.
if you really do believe in us, like you won't hold back with it. So
Yeah, that's nuts. That's
yeah,
nuts.
we'll
But yeah,
we'll see what happens.
as I was saying, like I've got a synth that sits on the like shelf over there, and basically I got into music production, come into a little bit of like inheritance basically,
Mm.
and yeah, I just went fucking stupid. I went fucking stupid. I shouldn't have,
Well, if
but
you think about it though,
I
it could
did.
it could just be a major investment.
Oh yeah, it's like, don't get me wrong. I've still got. I went and brought the speakers,
Mm.
the interface, drum pads, keyboard, my synth. I did have some decks, but I sold
But
them
the
because I was
synth,
shit.
I reckon the synth. Yeah, but the thing is, synths they always go up in money, always, no matter what. They always go up in money, especially the vintage. Vintage synths, they always go up because whether people like it or not, hardware is so much better than software.
Oh yeah, there's a whole different sound
Game.
because like you can go and buy. Alright, so I mean, I don't have like hardware compressors and all that stuff.
Mm.
I like literally the only hardware I've got is a fucking synth.
Yeah.
But whatever hardware you go and make or you go and buy, they may have been, they all been built the same way, but none of them sound the same.
No.
They all sound completely different. So you could go and I don't know, you can go and buy a fucking compressor or a reverb or something like that, and and it will
But they all
sound
do different
completely
things.
different. Yeah, and it will sound completely different to like. So if you go and buy two of them, one will sound completely different to the other one,
Yeah.
but yet they're
100%.
exactly the same. And it's that as well that
It
they
gives it
go.
more of like that like a realness to a track instead of like a robotic
Yeah, and it
thing
also
to it.
gives like a sort of sound.
Mm.
So if something does something in a certain way, then you're gonna use that in order to put your sort of stamp on something.
Yeah.
And then in a way that kind of also becomes your signature.
Yeah, like your unique sound.
Mm.
Whether it's accidental or not.
Yeah, exactly.
Either way, you're gonna get there. So, but no, I think we are gonna go a bit over the top. I think we're gonna get. Do you know the Adam Audio speakers?
Oh man,
Um,
my friend's
the
got
one
Adam
with the
Audios,
twos.
man.
It's got the ones where they've got like two speakers.
Oh, what on the side? Like, so it's got like the
Yeah.
sideways. Oh mate, I've seen them. Oh,
I think they're like two grand each.
I know they're a lot. I've seen quite
So
a
we're
few
gonna do
producers
that.
on Instagram.
So we're probably gonna go and grab them.
Mate, Adam's a beastie, mate. Adam's a beastie.
See, I've got the Yamaha HS5s.
Mm.
But the only reason I got them is because the equalizer on them is it's flat, so you get what you get basically.
Yeah.
There's no additional bass, additional highs, mids, or anything. So that's the only reason I got them. But no, when we do go in, we will be putting the list down, and I will be chucking them on.
Yeah, I've got.
If they're that invested, we got to kind of take advantage of it.
It's down to whether they're invested.
Yeah.
And also you as well, mate. It also
Exactly.
also comes
Time.
down to whether you'll deliver as well. So
Exactly.
it's all right, going. Oh, I want these big old beastie things that will knock down doors. But because I
Still
might,
will work.
mate, my friend's got I can't remember if it's 7 or 8. I think it's 8.
Mm.
He's got Adam A8X or AX8 or some shit like that. Mate, they're so fucking beastie. Honestly.
Yeah, 8s are huge. I used to have Rocket 8s.
Like
Jesus.
when we were mixing the last couple tracks, and literally every time the kick hit, you could literally feel the gust of wind from the tweeter on your arm, and you're like, oh shit. Like, so yeah, and I've seen those sideways ones you're on about, like with different producers.
Yeah.
Like, and you know, I've only got I've got focal alphas, and I've got Adams, but they're only little 5s. I've only got like little 5s, man. I haven't nothing too beastie. Nothing too beastie.
No.
Can't afford it. I'll get a beating otherwise. Get a fucking beating. Where's all that bass coming from? But I spend most of my time producing in my headphones, to be honest.
Yeah.
Probably why I'm going deaf, but fuck it. But yeah. But that'd be pretty fucking cool though. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I take it you're gonna go and get all like the acoustic treatment, all that lot done.
I'm gonna get all that done. New desk and everything.
Nice.
So yeah, we'll just see what happens.
You gotta get oh fucking hell, I forgot what it's called now. Oh, you know those big ass fucking boards. That's gonna annoy me now. A mixing desk.
Acoustics? Oh yeah.
Yeah, the one of those big ass mixing desks that no one ever seems to use in any video that you see of producers, and then they just put their laptop on it, and you're like, yo, mate.
No, we probably get a decent desk, but we're not gonna go take the piss because, yeah, as you said, we're not gonna really be doing much on there. Well, not doing much on there, but it's just gonna be the laptop down on the screen. Work. So yeah, we'll just see what happens tomorrow.
Nice, mate. Nice. Sounds good. Sounds good. Sounds like you proper landed on your feet with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I'm a little bit jealous. I'm a little bit jealous.
Pot gold at the end of the rainbow.
Exactly, mate. Exactly. But you'll have to show me when it's done. You'll have to show me when it's done. But yeah. All right. So that's basically all the questions. So, is there? I know, like, basically, I haven't got anywhere to find you. But where's the best place to find you?
Instagram.
Yeah.
Which is, I keep forgetting it because I had 2 accounts. Rogue.music with 2 C's. 2 C's.
Very
so
nice.
That's that. So yeah.
All right, mate. It's been a pleasure. And it's been a pleasure. So. All right. I'm gonna turn off the recording, and then so just bear with me a minute while I turn that off.